Troy Meyer returned for his fourth game on Jeopardy! He won a 3-day total of $97,600, the highest 3-day total since Amy Schneider. After thanking Johnny Gilbert, Ken Jennings' introduction was, "And thank you all for joining us here on Jeopardy! Despite finding neither the daily doubles into the double Jeopardy round yesterday, our champion Troy Meyer managed to pull off another big win. 34 correct responses in his third runaway game in a row. Can he do it again today, or will Joe or Linda put a stop to his streak?" There's a category based on Dante's Inferno. I took a literature class where I had to read this. Troy got the first daily double. He made it a true daily double, got it right, and went to $4,800. An ancient demon named Pazuzu possesses a young girl and kills 2 priests in this 70s horror bestseller. The answer was The Exorcist, which was also the answer on the first daily double in Ender He's third game. Now let's check out the Dante's Inferno category. 6th, religious opinion contrary to Christian church doctrine. What is hearsay? I didn't know this one. 8th, containing alchemists and seducers. Legally, this 5-letter word is any activity that uses deception to gain money. What is a circle of fraud? I definitely don't remember this one. 1st, containing lots of pre-Christians. A state of uncertainty, or a party dance under the bar. What is limbo? Well, I'm stuck in limbo because I didn't know this either. 3rd, this excessive consumption of food also makes the deadly sins list. What is gluttony? Now that one was more obvious. 2nd, an intense desire. Some do it for power. What is lust? I knew 2 out of the 5. I definitely need to reread Dante's Inferno. The last time I actually read it was in 2021, years after my literature class. It's time to reread it again. Call tiger the sea. This predator of tropical oceans takes its name from an American Spanish word. The answer was barracuda, which I can't think about without thinking of the song. Barracuda. Alright, just copyright this YouTube.
Ooh, barracuda.
Before selecting the last question, Troy said, bring it, to which Ken told him, as Sam Buttrey would say. Sam said it more confidently though, whereas Troy said, Either way, I like that someone else is using the catchphrase. Troy ended the first round winning $10,400. Joe was in second place at $3,200, and Linda was in third place at $2,600. He got both daily doubles. Troy got the first daily double in Double Jeopardy, wagered $6,000, and it contained the word libertine, which I just learned about yesterday. The Libertine Punish is the full title of this Mozart opera. After Troy answered Don Giovanni, Ken told him, that's the Libertine in question. That ticket scored to $17,200. Linda got the second daily double in Double Jeopardy, wagered $4,100, got it right, and went to $8,300. Joe went to Double Jeopardy winning $7,400. Linda was in second place at $10,300, and Troy was in the lead at $32,800. The final Jeopardy category was foreign-born authors. Didn't that just come up a couple weeks ago? This category just came up a couple weeks ago. In fact, it came up at the game Raylon lost. I've never seen a category come up this soon after the other. The question was, in the 1950s, the New York Times said this author is writing about all lust, and his lecherous narrator is all of us. All lust, you say? Lust came up twice in this game. Foreign-born authors. I couldn't think of one. Isabel Allende? I don't know. The answer was Vladimir Nabokov, which all 3 contestants answered correctly. A reference to Humbert Humbert, the creep who narrates Lolita. Troy wagered $7,200, taking his final score of $40,000, and is at a 4-day total of $137,600. Fun fact, Troy is the first champion since Chris Panula, whose first 4 games were runaways. Troy is also the first champion to win $100,000 since Ray Lalonde. Troy also won $137,600 on his 4th game, while Andrew won $137,502 after 4 games, just $98 more. The only champions whom I recall had more money at this point are Roger Craig, James Holzhauer, and Amy Schneider. The Overheard on set was titled A Whole Lot of Trivia. Ken began asking Troy, what do you attribute to your Jeopardy mastery? Troy answered, playing a lot of trivia, watching a lot of the show. Ken asked, you watch the show at home, do you play trivia elsewhere? Troy answered that he played online Trivia League, and that 2 of his teammates, Suzanne Brooks and Brandon Blackwell, were in the audience. The camera didn't point to them, though, maybe because it's an Overheard on set and not the mini anecdotal interviews. Ken pointed out that trivia fans would know of Suzanne and Brandon. Suzanne was on a show called Best Trivia Show, which Ken also played, and Brandon is the lightning bolt on The Chase, which I only heard of because of James Holzhauer. I haven't actually seen it. Ken asked Troy who the best ringer would be out of them. Troy answered Victoria before claiming her to be the best quizzer in the world. Ken then asked Troy, "You seem very emotional when you win. What are you feeling in that moment?" Troy answered, "I mean, yeah, it's been a long road here, and, so much of this is tied up with my mom who passed away recently, and my grandfather also loved Jeopardy. He used to say National Geographics, and, he would quiz me on the encyclopedia, when I was 5. And, he'd get very, mad at me if I didn't know the answers, and I'm like, Papa, I'm 5. Though her set ends there. Congratulations, Troy. Can he secure a spot in the Tournament of Champions tomorrow?" And as always, thank you for watching.